Hi, I'm Jack Buffington, and today I'm going to show you how to cut glass. The tools that you're going to need are simply a glass cutter, like this. You can pick them up for almost nothing at the hardware store, and if you want to get real fancy, you can use a little bit of oil. Let's talk about the glass cutter tool before we get started. Here it has a little tiny hardened steel wheel. These are a couple notches that you can use to break off the glass, and there's a little ball on the end of that you can tap against the glass to get a crack going. All you have to do is put that hardened steel wheel against the glass and push down with a fair amount of force, pushing that blade along the line that you have chosen to cut. So I will do that now. You can probably hear the glass as it's shattering underneath. Alright, not quite my best effort because I was trying to avoid bumping into the camera and I got a little bit off my line. But this should work. So the glass is still whole. On the edge view, I haven't even barely, gouged into it with this wheel. Now here's the neat thing. I'm just going to take it and flip it over. And tap along that line. And what's happening is it's cracking along that line where I scored it on the other side. And looks like it's all the way through there. And I just bent it and off comes the piece. And that's really all you have to do to cut glass. You may want to hit the edge with a file or some sort of abrasive thing to make it so you don't cut yourself with it, but that's it. Now let's attempt to tackle something more difficult. Let's say you were doing some stained glass and you needed just a sliver of glass like this. Maybe it's the upper part of a violin or something. It's really just the same process. You're just going to take the cutter, push down real hard so you can hear the crackling sound. Follow your line till the end. Flip it over and tap on it to get that crack going. One thing I didn't say earlier is you don't want to score an area and then try to score it again. Apparently that's not good and can lead to issues. As long as you press hard enough, and it might seem like you're pressing a little, really hard, but you do have to press hard enough to get those little crackles going. And so let's go ahead and do this. At this point I have scored along my Sharpie line. And you can see it's kind of speckled now where little tiny chips of glass came off. And I'm going to flip it over and we'll see if we can get this piece to come out completely. To help separate this out, what I did is I just created a little score right here and snapped that, and then this piece came right out. So we'll just do that right here. And that piece came out. And this one's being difficult. There we go. And there is a seemingly impossible piece of glass to cut.